Experts Evil Incorporated.
Your last win, George. Good job.
Last win in 2024 season. Sorry, George.
Don't wish that on him.
He deserves
That is
better than that.
awful.
He
We
does
have
deserve
half a
better than
season
that.
left.
We do have half a season left.
He deserves so much better than that.
He does. You know what? He does deserve better than that. You are so right. Welcome to the podcast, guys. Did we film a special episode? Yes, we did. Is it airing? No, it's not. We're just gonna re-talk about the same stuff in this one because somebody, not gonna name any names, doesn't have a laptop anymore. It's not me this time.
Suck my.
That's not, guys. It hasn't been 15 minutes.
It has not been 15 minutes, Maze. You can't swear yet.
Just started.
I'm sorry.
He just started the timer, so
The timer just started, so it's fine. I'll bleep it out. So we have lots to talk about, especially since we didn't have a predictions episode. So we have 2 weeks worth of news to talk about for you guys, as well as the GP itself. What do we have first up on the list, Cam?
do we want to talk about the actual race?
Yeah, we probably should talk about the actual race.
Oh yeah, wait, no, actually, first we should introduce our guest.
Oh yeah, we should introduce our guest.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
works. So, this is Colby. Colby has been
Hello.
learning about F1 for exactly like 4 days. So everything he knows.
Thursday night.
Very well
since Thursday
educated.
night. He's very well educated. He'll share his predictions about that I had him share because half of them were right, and he knows nothing about F1, which says a lot about the predictions he got right.
I mean, to be fair, the predictions that I made were more specific, but you give me credit for at least the podium. So, like,
I did give you credit for that. I mean, they were technically wrong until George got disqualified,
yes.
but then they
Yeah.
were right.
Hey, but they're technically correct right now, so therefore it counts.
It counts.
The best type of correct.
Exactly. So I think we should talk about qualifying first. Max Verstappen pole, hooray! Then the 10 grid penalty, not yay.
The Yuki penalty.
The 60 grid Yuki penalty. Hey, he didn't pull a
Ah.
Pierre. He didn't pull a Pierre. He didn't
stuck
just
it through.
DNF. He stuck it through, and he actually didn't end that bad. He wasn't last.
He's P17.
See, he wasn't last. I'm pretty sure Logan was under him though.
It's P18.
Wait, who was P19?
Oh, and then
Oh, and then
got
George is okay.
DQ'd.
Right. Imagine
Yeah.
ending lap 5 and still being higher than somebody else.
And being higher than the winner.
Being higher than the winner. Nuts. Also, Charles, your curse! Oh my god! We're so proud of you. I still don't think the curse is over though. I still think it's very much alive and well. I think it's the Ferrari curse at this point, considering the Carlos Sainz to Williams. Yikes.
Can't wait to be a Williams fan.
Luck. I'm gonna tell you right now.
You
Good luck.
regret that.
Yeah, you're gonna regret it.
You're gonna regret it like Rachael
Oh, I know.
regretted being a Ferrari fan. Okay?
You're right. I don't regret being a Ferrari fan. I will always be a Carlos and Charles fan. I just can no longer be a Ferrari fan. There is a difference. We love C squared. However, Ferrari and their BS can out of here. No thanks. But yeah, good luck on that Williams train though. I think you'll really like it.
Don't lie to people. That's not very kind. We don't lie to people here.
Okay,
It's
alright.
gonna be a tough ride for you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm here for Carlos. It's
It's okay. We
I makes up
understand.
for it.
I mean, I understand.
I mean, you get a podcast with them and more fan events, but
True. Also, you can buy Williams merch and it's not gonna cost you your literal kidney. Like, that's a thing, because they have a brand deal with Abercrombie and Fitch, so you can just,
Oh,
They also
fun.
have stuff in Hollister, which I didn't know until I was looking at the Hollister website when I bought the shirt. So, yeah, fun fact, you can do that too. But as far as the race itself, George pulled off the biggest, like, WTF moment, maybe so far this season, and then got disqualified. Like, come on, man.
Speaking of one stops, because it didn't get covered, Fernando also did a one stop.
That's what you're gonna say. I knew that's what you were gonna say.
I feel like not enough people are talking about it.
He had a one stop
He's my
and
favorite
finished
rookie.
P8. And his birthday.
And he didn't get disqualified.
Hey, we're gonna talk about it. And it was his birthday this week. Happy birthday,
Yeah.
Fernando.
Yes.
He's 43 now. Our favorite rookie.
He's older than my mama. I can say that now.
Wow.
He's barely older than my mama.
But I do honestly think, like, you want to know who was a really big loser this week? Checo. Checo, you started P2. P2! You started P2 and you ended behind Max Verstappen. What are you doing? Go ahead.
Checo's been saying the car is crap.
I knew you were gonna
And
say
Toto
that.
hasn't printed it out, so I'm just saying, he's been saying the car is messed up. I'm not saying this as someone who has to defend him legally obligated to, because my mother, but he tried his best. Hope.
This was one of your predictions, Colby. Go ahead. Tell us your predictions.
You want all of them?
Nah,
or just the one that's relevant right now?
Just give me the one that's relevant right now.
So I had specifically said that I felt like Checo would end P7. Specific placing, so.
He ended, he literally specifically, he was like, I think Checo's gonna end P7, even though he's starting P2. And I was like, nah, I think he'll do great. Colby was right. I don't know what else to say. Colby's a witch.
Witch. We allowed to burn witches still?
No, I don't think so. I think that's that's definitely not just a United States thing. That's definitely a also England thing too.
Yeah, we actually didn't burn witches a lot here. We usually stone them to death or other methods. That was a European thing of burning them at the stake.
Yeah, Spanish Inquisition stuff.
Back to the race part. No. So I think as far as the race goes, people who keep saying that George Russell cheated can go suck my right nut, because that man did not cheat. If you read anything anywhere, the whole reason that his car was underweight was because he didn't stop twice. The team had planned for him to stop a second time and he didn't. Therefore, all of the levels in his car were off. Therefore, the car was lighter than it was supposed to be. Now, are we gonna come after me and say, well, technically that's cheating? Okay, fine. If you want to use your technicalities because you want to be that person, fine.
If you want to use the actual logic of he was underweight, so it was illegal.
I mean, it was illegal.
Because that is how the rules work.
But I don't think it was intentional.
I don't think it was intentional from him, yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. It wasn't intentional cheating, because a lot of people are like, oh, he intentionally cheated. I'm like, I don't think he intentionally did anything. I don't think the man planned to go 34 laps on the same set of tires. And then he was just like...
To be fair, I don't think he does anything intentionally.
You know what? After the yabba dabba do, I think I have to agree with you on that one. Like, I don't think he does anything intentionally. That sounds about right, though. It's just like, people are like, oh, he cheated, he deserved to get disqualified. Did he deserve to get disqualified because he was 1.5 kilos underweight? Yes. Does that mean you get to take away from his superb driving this weekend? No. He drove well. even if the car was illegal and he did cheat, he was driving well. People love to hate on George Russell and say that he's not a good driver when he is. There's worse drivers literally on the current grid than him right now. Like, if you pull up a side by side,
Lance Stroll.
yeah,
It's just the collective one.
Lance. Sorry, guys, Checo. Right now, Checo's having a real rough time.
I'm telling my mother.
Yeah.
It's okay. You can tell your mother. Joe, he's having a
I
rough
don't
time.
know, Joe, but to be fair, that could just be the Kick Sauber car because Bottas has struggled with it too. Because I mean, at least Joe is in 21st in a 20 driver championship.
True.
Bottas, love Bottas. I promise, I do. But
He just needs to get not there. Go anywhere else. It's okay. Does he have a contract? No? Okay.
no, it's part of my mental. It's part of my mental struggle over here.
I mean,
Is he is not signed?
I honestly kind of wouldn't surprise me if he retired too, like him and K-Mags.
I think if Mercedes finally offered him a multi-year contract, he'd go back. But that's the only team I see him going to, because he has history with them. But they seem set on Kimi. Even though Kimi might not even get his super license, he might not get it.
Here's the thing that I saw. So Kimi Antonelli went on record saying he's not ready to drive an F1. He literally, I saw it just this morning. I just saw it this morning. I don't know how legitimate that is. I saw it this morning that he was saying I still want to spend time in F2. I'm still learning things. I still make mistakes. I'm nervous about going to F1. I'd rather stay in F2. And I was just like, thank you for being actually
he has
not
a good head on his shoulders.
Yeah, I was like, you're actually not being an idiot.
Because he's a child.
He's 17.
He's a child. He shouldn't be. He shouldn't be competing against a 43-year-old. His first year in F1 as a 17-year-old.
And
he can do it. He can do it his first year as an 18-year-old, but that's fine.
I think it's because Toto is trying to push him to be Max, and it's just the only person who could be Max Verstappen is Max Verstappen. End of story. There is no one like him currently. I don't care who you were trying to tell me. Nobody is like Max Verstappen because nobody grew up with Yas. Okay, nobody did that. And I will bleep this out because I did the swearing this time. It's just stop trying to push these young drivers to be the next GOAT. I get it. Max is up there in the list of gods of F1. He's up there with Kimi and Lewis and all of those fun people and Seb. They're all up there. And you're trying to find your next one to slot into somewhere, and it's not smart.
I like how you're the gods of F1 and you name recent people, not Senna or Niki Lauda.
Okay, sorry.
You name some of the most recent
name
people.
Latifi? Let me name Latifi.
No, that's the problem.
But yeah, as far as the race goes, Lewis' win was unexpected, but I'll take it. We waited 3 years for him to have a win, and then he has 2 in 3 weeks. Okay. Unexpected, 100% unexpected. I honestly expected Max to win because this is his race. He's won for the past 3 years after starting with the. I just think that as far as the race goes, Charles, we're so happy to see you on podium again since Monaco, especially after everything. I don't even want to talk about the Canadian GP or the Austrian GP. I don't even want to talk about those. I don't want to talk about them. Those were rough days to be a Charles Leclerc fan. But we're glad to see you on the podium again. I'm not going to say back because I don't want to jinx you because the Ferrari curse is in full force currently. So, welcome back, Charles. We've missed you. We hope to see you again soon. Please, for the love of God, don't do anything stupid during summer break. That's my Charles PSA. This was also the other prediction that Colby got right. because he was like, I think Charles was going to be on podium, and he was.
Yeah.
So, what were your other predictions? I can't remember.
Well, I mean, I think I specifically said I thought Charles was going to get ahead and keep ahead. So I thought that he was going to be 1, and then I think I went Max 2 because of your confidence in him climbing back up there, and then
She has an obsession with him, so take that
Oh, yeah,
with a grain
no,
of salt and future reference.
I know, but she was also referencing how what was it last year? He went from 14 to 1.
That was 2022.
His car was better.
It was better last year.
Yeah.
But
A lot of
He
people
did also
that,
get
though.
disqualified last year, not disqualified, but penalized last year as well.
no, it wasn't last year. It was
3 years in a row.
2022.
3 years in a row. 3 years in a row. He got fastest. He would have had pole, but he got penalized.
It
was-
wasn't.
This was the 4th year in the row.
Really?
I'm telling you.
Okay.
Yes,
fine.
it's 4 years in a row.
I mean, they were cool though. The
Yeah.
the Deadpool Wolverine liveries, and as well as like the.
I want to say that was one of my favorites. Yuki's
Yuki's Valorant helmet.
his Valorant helmet.
It
I don't
was
play
so
Valorant.
good.
I have friends who do, and they were excited to see it.
I don't play Valorant because I don't like Valorant. I've tried to play it. I suck at it.
There.
However, I do know
Games
I do know the
Sorry.
characters. I do know the characters of Valorant because Ryan plays Valorant. And it was a cool helmet. Also, Danny's Rick Allen helmet. Oh,
I have it printed out.
Oh, look at you.
No,
You
3
have it
years.
printed out. Congratulations, you have it printed out. But his Rick Allen helmet, that was also cool. I think the specialty stuff this week, the specialty helmets and the specialty liveries were cool. I thought they were great. There's not really much more to comment on that other than they were cool and I liked them.
Can I complain about my favorite thing to complain about in F1 right now?
Go for it.
Talk about the movie.
I knew that's what
not
you were
only
gonna
did they take away Charles Pole for you,
say.
but they also did they basically forced a Parc Fermé on Alonso and Stroll because they saw the fake cars in Parc Fermé and they were like, well, that means they're supposed to be in it too, and caused them to not be able to do another lap.
In qualifying is what she's talking about specifically, right? You're talking about qualifying?
Yeah, it was their last lap for qualifying.
It's just like the pole graphic, and then they're using drivers from this year where it's like Sony is taking pole after Max Verstappen's penalty, and I was like, what is this? What is this shit?
It's fanfic. It is fanfic.
If you want a fanfic,
You can't tell me
go on like
it's not a YN fanfic.
Oh my god!
It's a YN Brostades knockoff, and I hate it. If I wanted to watch Brostades, I would rather them just make a movie about what actually happened with Brostades.
Yeah, no.
Brad Pitt is just a fangirl at this point.
Well, he's a Drive to Survive fan, so
Don't watch Drive to Survive if you haven't. I have not watched.
I mean,
Drive
you
to Survive.
can. But if you only get into F1 because you see the over dramatized version that Netflix puts out, and you don't do actual research on what's happening, it creates fans who are like manifesting these little fights and stuff, and it's a problem.
It's like Dance Moms. It's like
It is Dance Moms.
Oh
There
my
you
god,
go.
it's like F1 Dance Moms. Holy shit. Race itself though, I thought it was an interesting race, especially George just pulling the 34 laps out of his ass. I don't understand why they kept pitting Hamilton though, because I honestly think Hamilton could have done the same thing. And I don't know why they pitted him twice when they didn't need to. Like,
I think everyone's in a race this year to see who can pull the worst strategies. And they're competing with Ferrari, and they're really trying their damnedest to beat them at the worst calls made. And they're doing it. I'm gonna say they are succeeding.
This weekend, you can ask Colby. I did say this. We have Ferrari, then we have orange Ferrari, then we have navy Ferrari, and now we have light blue Ferrari. So,
Indeed.
I did say that too. You could also ask him how many times did I just say what the fuck like over and over again for like an hour.
Yeah.
That was me during the F2 race.
It was bad.
Hi.
I mean, we heard about the F2 too. Like that was
yeah, because
all kinds of stuff going down.
Colby and I were both awake.
I
Like,
was I was live messaging y'all. I was
yeah,
basically live tweeting the whole thing, being like, "There's a crash. Three drivers out. 4 drivers out. Another crash. Another red flag." Like there wasn't a red flag. There was
and
only
then a
yellow flags
swing,
and safety
and then a
cars.
miss, and then a swing and a miss.
Yeah.
I just kept reading them out loud to Colby. I would look at my phone and I go, "Fuck." Colby would be like, "What?" And then I would read what you sent.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. That wasn't a fun one to watch.
The 7 DNFs in 25 laps was really just the cherry on top. It was just like, what is this? It's
especially
crazy.
after with what happened with their sprint the previous day of it getting canceled till after qualifying for F1 because of weather.
Right.
Because the weather flipped on them. And then Oliver, what the fuck was your qualifying? I need him to shape up before he goes to Haas next year. He's gonna be with Bestie. I love Ocon. I do. Outside of racing. But as a teammate, he frustrates me. However, he frustrates me as a driver. And him being with Oliver, and then Oliver crashing turn 1. Turn 1, lap 1. I was just like, what the fuck? You're going to be the only F2 driver to have points in F1 this year, and you're pulling shit like that.
I mean, back on the Bestie train, Esteban is not afraid to crash out his teammates. Like, actually.
Yeah, we didn't even get to discuss. He signed. He did sign.
He signed to Haas for a multi-year contract. We don't know how long yet. I don't think that's been announced.
It's just like the Carlos thing where it's like at least till 2026. Other than that, it's not known.
So him and
only person I think we have for sure is Max for 28. That's like the only solid date that I can remember.
Lando and Oscar also both have solid contracts. Lando's still 25, Oscar's still 26. That was announced earlier this year. It was in the screenshots you sent me. It was literally there.
I know. It's just McLaren is frustrating me. Everything's frustrating.
I want to talk about this as well because it's a trend that I keep seeing and it's a trend I don't like. McLaren, you need to stop chewing the fuck out of your drivers. You did it with Danny. You did it with Carlos. You were doing it with Lando. You're probably going to do it with Oscar. Like, stop doing this shit. You put them into the P2 spot. They're fantastic. Then your P1 driver, you tear them to shit. You throw them away like garbage, and then you promote your P2 driver. You've done it with the past 4 drivers. The only person who's kind of sort of escaped you was Carlos because he went to Ferrari. Like, that's it. The only person that I think is... And he didn't even fully escape you, because now he's going to Williams. Like, the McLaren curse is following these people. Danny doesn't have a seat for next year. Carlos is going to Williams. Lando looks like he's about to cry every 5 minutes. And then you have Oscar, who's having a great season.
To be fair, part of Lando's thing this weekend was his grandmother recently passed.
Right, which... I completely understand this weekend, but I'm talking like the last 3 weekends.
Yeah, but the last few. I think everything's stacking on him. Get him a therapy visit.
McLaren,
include that in your contract, please.
Pay for that boy's therapy, please. Like, he needs it.
But I will say, a positive to come out of McLaren was the picture of Zach rocking the fake mohawk. And that's the only thing that's bringing me happiness. Well, and Oscar P2.
And Oscar's P2.
That does bring me happiness.
However, the trophy handoff between Mercedes and McLaren, fuck you for that, admin. That was not my feeling.
Yeah,
that was not okay.
Maze is muted right now, but she even said like they do this a lot. This is not the first time Mercedes has done this. it's a
So
problem.
basically what we're talking about, Colby, is the Mercedes like social media admin took a video of them carrying the P2 trophy from the Mercedes like house, what the clubhouse. There we go. I couldn't think of the word. Not clubhouse, motorhome. Is that motorhome? Okay, they're taking it from the motorhome to the McLaren motorhome, and they were basically just like said like dropping it off, but like right after Russell got disqualified,
Mm.
like literally like maybe an hour after his
Not
not
even.
even an hour
You
after
gotta
his
remember, they had to
disqualification.
record it
Mm-hmm.
and do the audio and then post it, but they had to post other stuff first, which means
Yep.
they sat on it.
Yeah. So that's
And
why
he stuck with them for another year, at least.
I can't believe they did that to him. I just feel so bad. I really like George. Like he's such a goofball, and to
He's fun.
just to watch him get so destroyed over something that was like not really
I
his
mean, because
fault.
he was already emotional about his win in the first place, like he was crying about that, and then for it to be torn
Taken
away
away.
after the interviews, after the podium ceremony, after everything he did, and it's just like now it goes to Lewis.
Yeah, and then Lewis is like, "Oh my gosh, guys, my win!" And I'm like, "I can't be happy for you. I'm sorry, I can't. I could not be. I'm like happy that Lewis won, but it's kind of just one of those like, yay, you won kind of happies, not a like, oh my god, Lewis got another win this season. Maybe he's not washed. No, it's real. That's one thing I also want to talk
Saying
about.
that when the Lewis fan cannot speak back is crazy.
I she'll hate me for it later. I'm not specifically saying it for myself, but like before his Silverstone win, a lot of people online were like, Lewis is washed, like he's done. Let's be done with Lewis. I think this has like kind of staved that off a lot, especially having 2 wins and like the span of a month. I think it just solidifies how much of a goat Lewis really is because people are counting him out, and then Lewis just kind of comes back and shows them his middle finger.
I don't know. Last time you called someone a goat, it was Latifi. So
Shut up! I'd much rather get haunted by Lewis than Latifi.
Maze does that
Jesus.
for us.
Haunt us with Lewis?
Levy
Yeah.
there.
Maze
Yes.
Maze almost exclusively edits Lewis at times. But that's okay. We still love her. I mean, to be fair, there was a period of time that all I edited was Max, so I get it.
To be fair, I don't edit.
I think we should also talk about F1 news. Why can't I think of his name now? The Alpine guy leaving. Fermini?
I
can't.
know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking
No,
about. He's
I
leaving
know who you're
Alpine.
talking.
Is he the
'Cause
principal?
I have it saved.
Yeah, I know you
Print it
have
out.
it saved. I have it printed out. The Alpine guy that we can't remember his name, he's leaving to go God knows where or do whatever. I don't know what the hell he's doing. But he's leaving. And also, why can't I think of names today?
Yeah, Bruno Famine.
That's it. That's it.
He's leaving. He will be gone by August, which means he might be there for the first race out of summer break, but then he's immediately dipping. He will still be running the other Alpine racing thing, so it is just F1 that he is stepping away from.
He
Still
can't
doing like the F2, F3. He's still doing IndyCar. He's doing everything but Formula One.
F1. Why is that? Oh, you know what? It's probably the French Civil War. He doesn't want to deal with it anymore.
If you had to put up with the French Civil War,
I'd also quit. Yeah, no, that's totally fair. What's his face is coming back for Audi. The old Ferrari team principal that I can't think of his goddamn. I can't do names today.
Yeah. Yes, you can.
No, I can't. I don't know his name.
Do you want me
I can't think of it. Yes, no. Tell me what his name is.
It's Mattia Benotto.
Yeah. It's not that I don't do my research.
I can't read my handwriting. I did my research. I just can't read.
I do
That
my
sounds
research.
like a you problem.
That does sound like a problem.
It is a me problem.
Any other pressing news to come out? Charles' Instagram like tribute to Carlos broke my heart. It was just like so cute. I love when the drivers are nice to each other. It's such a nice change of pace. Because then we get the French Civil War.
Can we talk about the disrespect though that happened to Logan
Yes, we can.
with vowels? Because this was covered slightly in our special episode that is long forgotten now. Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Blessed be thy name. But the James Vowell situation where he announced Carlos before announcing Logan would no longer be with the team. Logan's seat is up in the air. I don't know where he's going. I don't know if he's staying. I'm sad. I'm an American. I'm sad. That's normal. Hopefully he goes to IndyCar. Hopefully he never has to deal with James again. I don't fuck with this man. And he kind of looks like that rat from Flushed Away. So
I think it was really disrespectful to Logan to not announce the fact that Logan will no longer be with the team. Like they at least when they did it with K-Mags,
should've-
K-Mags made an announcement that
Yes.
he was no longer he would no longer be with Haas.
he said it a week before, and then the week after, Ocon said, "I am now signed with Haas."
Haas. Yeah.
That is a respectful way to do it.
Yeah, like there's enough time for us to grieve. You did not give us time to grieve Logie Bear, and that's not okay.
Did I have time to grieve?
You had
Am
a
I
week.
leaving?
I mean,
No.
you had a week.
Did I have time to grieve Ocon being Oliver's partner? No. Am I ever going to fully grieve over Logan not having a seat and Carlos being at Williams? No!
I just, out of all of it,
2012. That's the last time someone from Williams won.
was it Latifi?
I'm gonna strangle you one day. Okay. Yuki needs a teammate.
Daniel. No, you can't tell me I'm wrong.
I love
here.
Daniel. I do. I don't think he's gonna be at RB.
I think he's gonna go to the actual Red Bull team. I think they're gonna cut Checo because even Max Verstappen was surprised that they're keeping Checo till the end of the year. However, the conspiracy theory. Shut up.
Because the whole Verstappen family is told that he would have a different teammate after summer break.
His literal whole family was told that Max would have another teammate after summer break, and then they're coming back and they're like, Checo will still be here till the end of 2024, and everyone's just like,
What?
I honestly think he'll only be there
Anyway.
through the Mexican GP. Then they won't have him anymore, which sucks.
How much money they make in Mexico with him on the team?
That's why.
Money makes the world go round, and it's killing me because otherwise Lance wouldn't have a seat, Checo wouldn't have a seat, and a few other people. Daniel, love him. He wouldn't have a seat either. He only really has a seat right now, not because of his driving ability, but because of the fact that he brings in a lot of sponsors because of his personality. I love Daniel. Promise. I do love him.
I think you just made a couple international enemies.
I'm only worried about one of those because it is a border.
I do want to hop back to the whole RB, whole let's support Checo movement that they're cooking up. They did go on record saying that the 2025 seat is no longer decided. That was a statement that was made by both what's his face? I can never think of his name. I just call him Helmet because I can't think of his name. And Christian Horner. They both had said in that same interview.
Helmut Marko.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I just call him Helmet.
Okay.
Most people do.
I understand that, but I know it's whatever. Anyway,
But we're running an official podcast. We have to know their first and last.
no. I saw it that it
Uh.
was basically like it was the same article that talked about Max's family being surprised that they announced that Checo is still his teammate. It talked about it in the same article.
F1 Insider.
Yes. That it was like they were talking about how they were like, yeah, so he's staying till the end of 2024, but we don't know what 2025 is going to look like, because they were saying, well, Daniel doesn't really fit the whole idea of the junior team thing. So their whole reason for putting him on the junior team was to move him back to Red Bull. That was their whole thing.
Daniel to Mercedes.
The fuck?
I'll keep getting more outlandish with my two Mercedes. You know this. I've said Logan, I've said Bottas, I've probably said K-Mag
You
before.
said everyone.
You've said at this point,
I-
put fucking Nicola in the Mercedes seat. Fuck you.
I hope you get stomped on by a fucking dinosaur.
As far as RB, Danny, back to RB. You are gonna sit there and tell me that it's gonna be Yuki, and I don't think it is. I think it would be Liam Lawson before it was Yuki. Honestly,
I think you're smoking. Okay, we're allowed to have these thoughts. Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't think Yuki is ready to be a teammate to Max. I think he would fight Max, which is not what they want. They want somebody who's gonna sit there and be a pillow princess. That's what they want.
Oh.
Tell me that
I
I'm
think
wrong.
What they really want is somebody that's going to perform.
Well, that's the thing, is they want somebody who's gonna perform,
They
but
want
not better
perform,
than Max.
but within reason. Yeah.
Yeah, they want someone to perform, but not better than Max. It's like when you have twins, and the one twin is like obviously better, but like the other twin still has to be good, so you can be like, oh, my twins are great, but look at this one. Like that's the idea.
Never had
So
twins.
Max and Daniel.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And someone in this call is trying to tell me that I'm wrong.
No, I'm just saying. You said that Liam has a better chance than Yuki.
Well, considering that they
That's what I
got,
disagreed with.
considering that
You know what? Mick Schumacher to the seat.
Oh, Mick!
Yes.
Put him in the Mercedes seat. Actually put him in the Mercedes seat instead of Kimmy.
Please.
Actually, with the Max the glasses. Actually.
Mick Schumacher.
I'm scared.
Give him a seat. Any team. I'll be
No, I
happy.
agree.
I'll also say that I looked into who the other reserve drivers are because we had that funny incident. And
Flashback.
I didn't realize.
So would they put Liam in? Is Liam their reserve driver?
One of McLaren's backup drivers, and I don't know why I didn't think about it, is one of my favorite IndyCar drivers.
Pato?
No.
Nicola?
See? No, fuck
No,
you, man. He's not even.
Something crazy's about to happen.
I'm fired.
What do you mean something crazy is about to happen? Oh!
There she is. She
here
exists.
now.
Yeah. I know, right?
She hasn't been
Crazy.
here for several years.
1 episode and a half.
Well, that half episode. I guess
Yeah, the
this
half.
half episode.
We filmed episode 2 that got ruined, where you did show your face. We filmed a special where you didn't show your face. That
It's
also
okay.
is gone. It's
Yeah,
fun here.
it is. Is there anything else pressing that we need to talk about?
Who do you think's getting the Audi seat?
Unfortunately, I don't know. I think it's going. I honestly thought it was gonna be Carlos, and now he signed to Williams. So I don't know. I don't know who's gonna get the Audi seat, because I honestly think it's gonna turn into a placeholder seat like the Mercedes seat is. It's like the cursed Mercedes seat, because whoever takes it's only gonna be there for like a year until Kimmy's ready, and then they're gonna give it to Kimmy. So it's kind of like nobody wants the seat. Kimmy doesn't even want the seat really, and they're just like, who wants it? Who wants the Mercedes seat? It's the same idea. It's like, who wants the Audi seat?
I think, my professional opinion as a Formula One fan, not professional in the slightest, just because I think it'd be funny, I think they should sign K-Mag.
For
Keep
shits,
Nico and K-Mag
Yeah.
together. Keep the duo together. I love the dads. I love the way they interact. After the suck my balls incident, I feel like they
That
have
was
to stay
funny.
together. Would you really suck his balls? 100%. That's what he said.
Priorities.
That is what he said.
Priorities. 100%.
Okay.
All right. I think K-Mags is a good option. I think that plausibility.
Out of who's left?
makes
Out of who's
sense.
left?
Out of who's left makes sense. Because it's either who even else would take it? You would either have to be.
We have Daniel, K-Mag, Joe, Bottas, and Logan. But Logan's probably going to IndyCar, where I will love and appreciate him there.
True. I think honestly, most sense makes Bottas or K-Mags. That makes the most sense to me. Would I love to see Daniel in it? Of course I would. I'm a Daniel fan. Do I just want to see him in the goddamn Red Bull seat? Yes, I do. Just put him in the Red Bull seat, please, for the love of God. Now, surprise twist. Checo to the Audi seat? If he's losing his seat already?
I think if Checo loses his seat, he's going to go be a stay-at-home dad.
He should just be a stay-at-home dad. He has enough money.
Yeah,
He should go-
he has like
he should
what,
go be a
6
father-
kids?
Or
He has 4.
Same thing.
go be a
No.
father.
Ah!
Your children miss you.
It's 10 o'clock.
Is it?
Yeah, it's time for me to take my medicine. Will I take it? Will I take it right now? No, I'll
No.
take it in about 3
They keep
hours.
reminding me I need to go take my meds.
I haven't taken my meds today. Before that, he drove for McLaren for 2
Yeah.
years.
Did he really drive for McLaren for 2 years?
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know that.
It's the pipeline.
The pipeline. So are we gonna talk about
Yeah.
the pipeline from
Oh.
Renault
Oh,
to
brilliant.
McLaren?
When he was at McLaren, they made him do so much shit, like film McLaren tunes. It was like a children's.
Which is why he has it in his contract to not do media as much anymore. Is because he got like he hated being with McLaren
Oh,
over that shit.
They made him go on a stage and fly with this rope attached to him, like on a harness. It's somewhere deep in the internet.
Yeah,
somewhere.
we'll have to find it for you.
What
Yeah.
the hell? That is so weird.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Why do you think he
McLaren
is the only driver opposed?
Maybe McLaren is the problem. I don't know. It makes sense with the social media thing. I didn't know that. It's an interesting thing to think about, because like I think as far as social media today and like the stuff going on with them now, I think it's pretty tame. Like I don't think there's anything really weirdly outlandish that happens. I mean, like you see McLaren having like them do challenges and stuff, but I don't think there's. I mean, then there's also Kick Sauber's just entire TikTok, but I think that's just
That's
Valtteri's.
Bottas.
That's
That's
just
Bottas,
Valtteri.
yeah.
That's just his fan club.
Well, yeah.
You're gonna say
I
something.
feel like Joe agrees to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like but he's definitely the admin. Valtteri.
Yeah.
I love Valtteri. Oh, this Colby's new. He hasn't seen it. He's literally my lock screen.
Terrific.
But as far as like news goes, I don't really think there's anything news-wise else to cover. Take a gander at the
I
list.
think that's it. Taking a cheeky gander. No. Nothing like other than like the grid penalties, which is like it's whatever. There was The fact that Yuki drove again this weekend,
Yeah.
he did not take proper time to heal. I'll stand by that.
He didn't take proper time to heal the first time. What do you... Dude had
Yeah,
a crash and
yeah,
then drove the next
but
day.
he's under the fuck it we ball right now. So
I mean, I can respect it.
the thing we haven't talked about, which would have saved two of my drivers from having to leave the grid possibly, is Andretti being denied entry for the 25 and the 26 season, which would have given us 11 teams, 22 drivers.
Why were they denied?
Is FIA said we don't think you'll be ready in time, even though you have multiple other driving groups. Yeah.
That's really stupid.
Yeah.
That's really stupid.
Yeah.
I think that's just the FIA being a little bitch.
I think the FIA can suck a fat dick.
I think we've established that the FIA just like this is the FIA hate fan club. Like none of us like the FIA.
Fuck the FIA.
See what I mean? Like
Unless they want to hire me. And I love you.
Then
If you want to hire me, I love you. I'm your biggest supporter, FIA. But if not, I think you make the dumbest fucking calls. I think that you need better protocols for all of your sports, F2, F3, F4, like all of it. You need to just be better. I think you put drivers in bad situations with security and shit. I think you just have issues. Bitch.
Mic drop.
I'm not. I just got this. Like, I'm not fucking dropping
like,
it.
I'm not dropping
I'm on my bed, but I'm still not dropping it.
But I don't know. They make some really dumb calls, and then they're just like, oops. And then everyone's like, yay, FIA, they do such good things. And I'm like, they're good-ish for safety? Like, good adjacent? But they really don't do that much good things.
To be fair, a lot of the safety stuff, though, comes from the circuits themselves.
Yep.
Because you look at things where it's like Max's crash at Silverstone, where he had a concussion. He did have a concussion. Then being allowed to race.
Don't get me started on the Silverstone crash. I will go off about it.
As someone who's given herself a concussion, he should not have been driving. I'm not explaining how I gave myself one, but
I made a TikTok about this specific thing because it came out with the Silverstone crash that he was having such a hard time seeing in another race that he thought that he was just going to turn the car off.
American GP.
Yes. And he was
he did good that race, but fuck, was it hard. I can't imagine as someone with an astigmatism driving like that. Also, you had a concussion on top of it. It is not fun. I was told medically to not drive when I had a concussion.
Me too. And
I'm also blind.
I made a TikTok about it because my concussion that I had was so severe that I had to leave school because I was forgetting like where I was forgetting at times how to speak. I was forgetting how to formulate words and sentences. Like my concussion was so bad that I couldn't do basic human things as like a 16, 17-year-old. And I might have been younger than that, but like still, I literally had to leave school because I couldn't do stuff because my concussion went misdiagnosed for so long. And for them to know Max had this crash, had to have known he had this concussion because his levels had to have been different. Mine were different, and I had a mild concussion. This man should not have been racing. I don't care how much of a Max Verstappen fan I am. No, I guarantee you they probably didn't. They should have checked, and they probably didn't. And part of the reason I think is because it's Red Bull as a team. Like, you need better athletic trainers. I'm sorry. You need to have
They need better medical staff, yeah.
They need better medical staff. And this was something somebody was like, they had posted a TikTok that they were like, oh my gosh, got this internship with McLaren. And I had posted as like a haha funny. I'm like, I'm a med major. I will never get an internship at one of these F1 companies or F1 teams because they're not looking for med students. They're looking for PR people, or they're looking for engineers. They're not looking for people like me who have a medical degree. And part of it, I think, is because then they can just kind of like pass it off and be like, well, we didn't know. It's like when you get sent to the school nurse and she gives you an ice pack.
It's like when the star quarterback gets a concussion and they're like, no, he doesn't have a concussion. He can play the game. Sorry, Maze, you're not American.
She's wearing an NFL jersey. Any whoosies. As far
Real
as
football.
real football fans here. As far as things to talk about,
That's what the F in F1 Trinity stands for. It's football.
not formula.
Yeah. No.
As far as news for this week, she's drinking the Lewis Hamilton Monster over there.
No, I'm more concerned that she's drinking another Monster, and it is, it's
3 a.m. your time?
3. It's 9 a.m. my time. I'm doing mental math because she's 6 hours ahead of me.
I put
Yeah, no,
3
she was
because
holding
this is
up
my
3.
third monster.
Oh.
But yeah, it's 3.
Wow. You should start putting water in the cans.
She should just start drinking water.
Yeah.
Racing. We're a racing podcast.
We're a racing
Mhm.
podcast. Let's talk about racing. So they want to do that, and then I'd like to do a try not to laugh challenge with F1 clips. I feel like that would be fun. So yeah, we have some. Oh, and we want to do a recap, which should take us the 3 weeks until summer break.
That
Makes sense.
recap's gonna take us 3 hours.
The recap is gonna be.
I have it compiled. It took 3 different sessions of me sending shit to Rachael
It
for it
did.
to go through.
I honestly think that
So bothered.
we give each thing like just like a little tiny sliver of time.
Are you okay?
No, 'cause she's like, I'm gonna have to edit it. It's okay.
No,
I'm
you might have to edit. I could possibly have to edit it.
Yeah, I know.
You telling us
It's-
we've been recording for too long?
Yes, she is. Been trying to
She
wrap
wants
it
to
up
get back
for the
to editing.
past like. Yes, she does.
My bad.
I've been trying to wrap this up.
This
for,
is
like,
all
the
my
last-
fault.
Shut the fuck up and let me finish talking, you dumb bitch.
Never.
I'm so sorry, Rachael.
I've been trying to
Oh
wrap
my
it up
God.
like for 20
I'm so
minutes
sorry for interrupting you.
I know. You keep interrupting me.
I'm
And I
just gonna put the intro and the outro together and make that the fucking video at this point.
That's the video. So yeah, as far as news goes this week, that's pretty much the news. We'll probably, keep you updated with more news. That's kind of our thing. Special thanks to our guest Colby for who knows basically nothing about F1 but joined us anyway. We loved having you.
Yeah.
The first man on the podcast.
First man on the podcast.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
I had fun.
I'm glad you had fun. We had fun that you were here. Thank you to Maze for finally showing your face on camera. And yeah, we will see you guys in the next episode. You're always
Fuck you too,
here.
bitch.
You're always here. Shut up. You and I are always on camera. Go away.
Peanut gallery, it's fine.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys. Oh.
I just wanna tickle my scrotum and touch my nutsack. People would argue that they're the same thing. Maybe they are, but scrotum is ticklish. Ticklish it is.